All right, guys, time for session 4. Let's see. We got Adept in chat. That might be it for now. We'll let people pour in. That's all right. But let's see. Last time we left off, Brahm and Dabura and the three NPCs, Lionel, Rawl, and Obi, were camped out by the river that bisects the region of the island. And so we'll go ahead and skip the night, and we'll just start in the morning. All right. The the sunlight dimly peers through the trees, reflecting off of the water, gently rippling. It's cool, unusually cool. Go ahead.
My eyes slowly open, still fully dressed, uncomfortable. I look around, face dirty, being in the pile of foliage that I amassed as a pseudo bed. I stand up and look around.
More tree line on this side as well. More trees. On the side that you came from, something disturbs the brush.
I look around, eyeing my fellow men.
Lionel, Rawl, Obi, all still asleep.
Looking, hearing rustling from where the camp is set up. I step back from the tree I was at, sword up against the tree, picking it up. You're awake.
Without, I focus in on Lionel and look for the bow that I return to him.
His bow is a bit off to the side.
I quickly,
on the ground.
In a crouched dash, I rush over to that bow, grabbing it and an arrow from the quiver that I returned to him.
Out from the tree line from whence you came the prior day, the thundering lizard comes out and steps up to the edge of the water and stops, smells the air.
Trembling as I finish tightening up my scabbard. Oh, great Ord. Slowly walking towards the encampment to wake up my fellow adventurers.
I grit my teeth as I see the killer, the thing that killed my daimyo, and I pull back the arrow tight. The arrow shakes in the taut string.
Pausing in my step, watching Abora, looking at the creature, looking at the bowman.
It sniffs the water, looks to the group of men, looks to you, sniffs the air, and begins to turn around.
Frustrated, I begin to relax my arm. I huff, spitting at the ground.
Abora, never I say, as I approaching closer, Bor, I've never seen something so violent. So, just to think, just a night ago, we were on the same side as that thing.
A month
returns
ago,
and returns into the tree line,
a
bending
month,
trees around it as it leaves.
a month ago, I was much more close to that thing.
Astonishing. I can't say I felt malice no more than a dog that's hungry, but most terrifying thing.
Is it's a stupid animal, just hungry, or when I met it first, it was.
Lionel wakes up and stretches. Bura, you have my bow. What's going on?
Uh, you missed. You missed the return of our first rival, Lionel. That giant lizard. It was waiting in the water.
What happened?
I don't know.
Was it?
It simply wanted to rinse off or something. But my ire almost got the better of me. And I set the bow down and its arrow.
He stands up, retrieves his bow and his arrow. Well, let's everybody not stay around here then. And he walks over to Obi and starts to shake him.
Looking back at the water, the spot where the beast just went back into the brush. I stretch and look back. Hey, Lionel. What kind of day ahead of us we got here?
Well, I'd say it's going to be tough. Everything on this side of the river is stranger. You could say
that might be a good thing.
It might be. It's like anything you've heard from a fairy tale could plausibly happen here.
Mm-hmm.
So what you're saying is the opportunity to make Ord very proud. A worthy day ahead of us.
Wakes up. Ord. Already talking about Ord. He gets to his feet.
Well, it's because of us, because of belief in Ord, you're here. So I recommend you wake up in time to pray tomorrow morning instead of sleeping in like this. Surprised you got any sleep out here in the cold, looking at his bare rags.
He looks a little worse for wear. Some dirt on him. His eyes are a little baggy. True. He starts to shake Rawl, wake him up.
It'd be wise not to dismiss a righteous god. I'm sure your gods of mercantilism or what have you are very far from where we are now.
Rawl begins to come to. Obi answers, "Oh, I would never dismiss your god, Brahm. It's just funny how he's always on your tongue."
Yeah, I suppose. But for good reason, and I don't take it as slander from you. If I did, we'd have a problem. Clipping my sword back into its sheath. Feeling its sturdiness. Well, get up. You might be able to find some fresh water. Get ready. I want to be out of here in within the half hour here.
Right. Lionel says, quicker if we can. And at this point, the whole party is up, gathering things, putting things together to get ready for the day.
I fasten my sword and sheath to my hip, grabbing my pack and slinging it around.
Final adjustments. Pack's tight enough. Don't have my cloak. Lost in the water last night. As I fastening a rune to my my amulet around my neck, made of wood from the side of the river, etching into it, holding it.
So at this point, Lionel, how much further do you think?
He has water cupped in his hands from the river, and he gets up. I know a bit more about the wildlife, but as far as any relics, I'm not sure. Obi speaks up. I've seen a strange thing or two out here in my time. There might be something you're interested in, Brahm. I'm not sure, but some of these tribal people have shrines, things like that. I could lead the way if you like.
It's precisely what we're after. We were gifted a map by one of the first members, one of the remaining survivors of the First Fleet. If you think you know the way, though, I know, Lionel, you said you committed it to memory, and despite your misgivings this morning, you seem sharp enough. Why don't you, Obi, why don't you tell Lionel where you think this way leads? If it matches up with you, Lionel, we'll take Obi's word here.
He explains a short version of the directions to Lionel, and Lionel says, that lines up with what I have on the map. Not the most detailed map, but it does line up.
Obi, Ord works in mysterious and great ways. You do see the paths we crossed are because of choices we've made.
It's true. What were the odds that I would meet you fellows out here?
Obi, have you encountered the natives to this island?
Briefly, and that was enough. And he starts walking, starts the journey as he's talking. I try not to be seen by them.
Seen him take a step, I nudged over to Bura. What have you? Have you encountered those native to this island?
No, I have not. And I am grateful for everybody's bravery. For I don't think that they will so easily give up their relics to us. There might be some amount of either stealth involved, but if we are going to obtain all of what they have to offer, we might have to be a bit more heavy-handed with our approach.
I plan to see if they seem amenable to Ord, and if so, they may be willing to gift us and embrace his favor. And if not, and they prove themselves to be an alliance with Shun, ignorant or otherwise, we will take what we have to.
You mean to convert them?
You could say.
Well, there's no doubt going to be dissenters of some kind in any community. So if they are amicable enough, perhaps those dissenters of their primitive gods will be open to the word of Ord.
Ord has made many allies with many gods and deities, and I don't see why that couldn't still be the case here. But many are swayed by more tempting ways of
Mhm.
whether those of the ultra righteous and the ultra lawful, or even worse, those committed to chaos.
Mhm.
Just as I talking to Abura as I continue walking, arms crossed in thought, falling behind Raoul and Lionel. You give me much to think about, Abura.
The other men walking along, stepping over roots, avoiding thorns. Uh, Lionel says, I have to admit, I didn't sign up for a missionary trip. But whatever the nature of the excursion, I'm willing to go along for
Well,
my own purposes.
without information as to what these primitives want or what their situation is, uh, the trip is still fluid. It may become missionary, it may become something completely different.
Right.
And don't forget, Lionel, I employed you here to help us find this. And when you help us reach the location, I need you to help me get back. But if you do not want to help anyone on behalf of Ord, you are not sent here to convert anyone. In fact, I don't know how you even feel about Ord, but he does not want those to be in his favor by force.
I am not sure about any gods, to be honest with you. After spending enough time here, you know, I grew up knowing of Word, sure. Something to think about, but either way, don't get me wrong, I'm committed to the mission.
Let us continue then.
Keep walking on. After just a few minutes, the the coolness of the morning is already gone. It's damp, it's humid, and it's already warm. Travel continues on silently. The trees close together. After a while, a voice sounds from above. Stop right there. Strange, lanky, bark-like creature is perched up above.
Without looking up, it's it's I'm glad that a man out here speaks. Oh,
It grins. If it had ears, from ear to ear. It looks at every man at once with its multiple eyes.
Hand on my rune. Praying toward as I watch the cue from Abura as he speaks, and Lionel continue to pray to Ord.
put my
It is not often I see a traveler come around these parts, my parts. Usually a gift is in order.
And who is it that owns these parts, and what do you call these parts? Looking at the creature, matching one of its many eyes darting around.
He cocks his head. Oh, forgive my rudeness. I am the Capre. And I'm something of a steward of this area. Anyone who comes in or out always brings me something. That's how it works. I prefer cigars, my favorite.
Do you operate on behalf of or with the local tribes?
I operate on behalf of myself. If a tribesman wants to come through, he does what I ask him. Everyone does. He adjusts his joints creaking and resettles himself on the branch.
Why do you like cigars?
Same reason you like cigars. They're nice. I could do with jewels, anything like that. Shoot, I'm not even asking this for free. I would be willing to give you a favor in return. Information is what I deal.
Curious fellow. And what if we do not gift and enter upon the permission of a greater power? I come here in service of Ord.
His body vibrates and rattles for a minute. You will do as I ask. Everyone does. Or you can go around.
Around your territory?
Yes. Do not test my patience.
What denotes your territory? So that I can avoid it, if that's what we do.
He grabs a vine, swings down to a lower branch, points out a leaf. Everything with this leaf with purple stripes on it. That's my territory. Everywhere this grows. He gestures around. It does grow in a good distance for a while.
I pull off the root or the rune I made this morning for my amulet. Unstring it. I offer you this, a favor, a protection, a rune of protection from my from my deity, the one who guides us, Ord. Carry this.
He drops down, stands up straight, finally fully erect.
Presenting him.
As tall as 1.5 men. Holds out his hand. Rune of protection, you say?
Straightening up my posture, chest out. Take a step confidently. Put out my hand with this rune made of thick bark from local tree. Inscribed in it are many symbols. And I hold it out with both hands as an offering. A rune of protection made with divinity and guidance. And I, my hands glow underneath it.
He takes a step back.
It is no cigar. You certainly cannot smoke it, at least not to your own peril. But this offering to you is something I offer from deep within.
He eyes it for a moment before taking a step forward.
If anyone does harm to you while you hold that rune, they will not only make an enemy of you, but of me and all of those who follow the path forward.
throughout the deal, I've been glaring between the monster and Obi, side-eyeing Obi throughout it. But at the sound of deal and taking such an oath, my eyes dart and stare at Brahm.
Obi's sweating, his eyes focused on the Capre. The Capre grabs the rune, or grabs the amulet, inspects the runes inscribed on it. These runes are unfamiliar to me. You men have only been around for so long, you know. This way of doing magic is... Well, anyway, it doesn't matter. He grins. And so, what is it you'd like to know?
The path forward. We'd like to know if we can pass through here safely from you. No harm from you or those you call friends.
He rubs the amulet in his claws. You may pass. He steps back, steps to the side, making way. What, besides passage, anything else I can offer you in return? What do you seek?
We seek the secrets of this place. The ones held beyond the knowledge of the men who have arrived here as of recent. We seek the secrets, the ones that I can offer to Ord, keeper of secrets, ones who will protect them.
Ord.
I seek a totem.
Ord is your god, I presume?
Yes, indeed.
Scratches his chin. I know not if Ord has been here, but I believe men of your kind have been here long ago. Seek out shrines. The Kabir.
The Kabir
have taken over them. The Kabir people.
Do these people take care of the shrines, or do they desecrate them? Do they offer them to the one you may have heard called Shun?
His eyes go back and forth. Shun, I know nothing of it. Consecrate, desecrate, all the same to me. You men have your gods and your ways. But if I had to answer, I'd say no, it's not taken care of very well. They have their new ways.
Yet you still offer them your protection in these lands.
Oh, sure. If they bring me what I like.
Slowly step back, afraid to turn my back to this creature. Peripherals, out of my periphery, observing my other adventurers nearby.
Silent throughout, I nod to Brahm and follow behind him.
The other three men are staring on and just silence, awe.
Well then,
The Capre says, You can find the shrine um, on the other side of my territory. Keep going the way you're going. You'll find it. You'll see a waterfall. The inside of it is a cave. Through there, you will find it. He jumps up and grabs a branch, hanging on.
We're most grateful for your hospitality. And I hope we see you again. It isn't the same kind hospitality you offered us today. So, come on, gentlemen. I begin stepping away, feeling numerous eyes on my back as I begin to walk away.
He says, "There's lots of treasure on this island. If you're willing to find it, just bring it to me if you want to pass through." The other men follow.
I follow behind Braum, keeping my teeth clenched, my eyes darting around, and watching all of these striped leaves.
Looking around nervously, paranoid as I continue my stride behind Obi, Lionel. I still feel those eyes. They haunt me. But he did seem amenable.
Obi says, "Yes, you are wise to listen to the demands of a spirit."
Obi, you said you knew the way here, yet you have not encountered that creature before?
I have not.
Lionel, take note of those leaves.
He's already drawing them in his field guide.
We are still in its territory, Braum. I mean no sacrilege, but that creature is a demon in the light of Ord. Continue walking.
As I step. Ord is a vast and complex nature. Ord is once allied with those I would personally consider vile, and those I would consider some of the most righteous men. Had Ord wanted me to bring my sword upon this creature, I would have known when I handed him that rune.
My face continues to tense with every word of Brahms. That creature in the light, that demon in the light of Ord is a creature of secrets, and we are in its territory. Continue.
Word secrets dawning on me
Continue walking.
as I continue to walk, my hands to my temples as I'm thinking, stirring over Abura's statements. I must remain steadfast. Watching as the trees are beginning to thin out somewhat, listening for the sound of water, perhaps rushing water.
The ground gets muddier as the men travel on.
I keep my eye out for those striped leaves.
All around, striped.
Continue at the same pace.
Let's see. Excuse me. After a while, a murmuring in somewhere in the tree line. Obi tenses up. Did you hear that? Another spirit?
I heard it.
Stopping, seeing the rest of the group, observing a distance, coming to my senses. What is that?
The trees are thin enough now. Something is walking through them. Something like a man, but not like a man. Slowly shambling over. Obi draws his dagger. Perhaps a friend of the Capres.
I'll raise my voice. Demon of secrets. What is this thing? Does it bar our path? I know you can hear me.
Silence.
Hand on my sword.
The thing shambles closer, and its head looks up, and it works itself up into a frenzy. It starts screaming like an animal.
That beast walks in the path of chaos. Drawing my sword out of my scabbard.
The other men draw their weapons.
Fire begins to embalm around the blade as it draws in front of me. I take a step forward. I look to Abura. My faith shall not be shaken.
I unsheath my sword.
Lionel draws back his bow and lets loose an arrow at the thing. Hitting the thing in the throat. It coughs blood and then keeps going.
Hear the sound of the bow being fired, the snapping of the strings. I yell into a frenzy and point my both hands on my hilt. I start rushing towards the beast. Flames just erupting from the blade as I charge towards it. My foot catching in the branching just below it as I start to catch myself, unable to make contact, but catching myself in the momentum, regathering my stance, just feet away from this yelling creature.
It charges straight toward Brahm.
Hit.
And grabs you and takes a bite right on your shoulder.
Howling in a pain. Sword dropping. Still flame. Is it just below me?
Confused by the inaction of DeCapri, I rush to the priest's aid, to the side of the creature, like katana, a wide swing coming at its open side. The blade sliding an improper, inaccurate strike against the creature's back hide.
Rawl, who was waiting for the thing to get closer, gets a maneuvers in, maneuvering around Abura, and goes for a thrust. Just barely getting through, slicing it across the belly, but not deep enough. Obi holds his ground in the back.
Bite released as the creature steel meeting its stomach. I able to stand up, grabbing my blade from the ground. And as I go to stand, I slice upward towards its rib cage.
Need a 10.
Does it hit? 9 damage.
And that kills it.
The flames ripping into its rib cage as it starts to lose balance, shoving it.
It is impaled and falls to the ground, screaming like an animal. It scratches and claws for a moment, then loses its energy, collapses. In the last moment, its roars go down and says something almost intelligible.
Are you hurt, Brahm?
My knee hits the ground as I slam my blade into the dirt. And I just scream, "Ord!" And light just erupting from my hand into my shoulder. Smell burning flesh cauterizing over my scars. I'm well, but I would not be here for now if it wasn't for the bravery of you men and the divine excellence of Ord.
Obi sheathes his dagger. Yes, Ord. I'm sick of all these demons already.
I stand up, looking at Bora. Once again, I owe you more than just the payments we agree upon. Thank you.
I did little in that fight, but let this be a lesson to profane demons like that thing in the trees. It might preach wisdom, but it is not of men. It has no free will. This chaos creature, this beast, has nothing to bargain. It doesn't follow the rules of that demon in the trees. No doubt he's blind to chaos.
I've been thinking since we talked earlier in the woods. And I appreciate your bravery in order to talk to me. I believe Ord may have even sent this foul beast as a confirmation. I must watch who I make alliances with.
Certainly.
Have you? Look at this creature here. Look at this hide.
Obi looks over at it, laying on the ground. It looks like a man.
I grab what?
He kneels down and moves the hair from the face. Snout protrudes like a wolf or a horse or something, but the eyes look like a man's.
These beasts of chaos, even if they are corrupted, typically have runes or other magical profanities across their body. I'll get on my knee and dig into the creature, into its fur, and kind of waft tufts of hair off of its back, trying to find open skin. Or, yeah, exposed skin.
I'm
But in between its shoulder blades, a rune, as predicted, etched into its skin.
I still just standing or sitting on the ground, drinking water, watching as these two are searching this creature, taking my breath in. Hand on my shoulder. You find anything?
No, but I do want to leave a message for that demon in the trees. I begin to take my katana and slip it beneath the skin of this rune on the creature's back.
It peels away.
Begin carving out that large mark until it's just a big, crude slab of skin with this engraving.
Taking in seeing the skin peel off, revealing strange symbols. I think back to if I can interpret these symbols. If I wondering if I've seen anything so profane before. It reminded me of the words of a ward that I've carved into my ruins, but different. Pondering it.
They are quite different. Different from runes of Ord or Shun or anything of any of the common known gods. Nothing similar.
I bring the chunk of skin, engraved skin, over to a tree and, taking out a knife, impale the tree with the slab of skin, wiping off my hands of the creature's blood on the tree. Enjoy looking up at the striped leaves falling.
Standing up, fastening my pack over my good shoulder. Right, well, I imagine that foul creature was not just screaming for the fun of it, looking around, taking in the forest and the almost obscured mist in the distance.
Obi is looking at the patch of skin on the tree. I hope you know what you're doing, Abura.
I do not know the limits of, or the extent that chaos corrupts. If this one rune corrupts that tree demon, then all the better. At least
Certainly.
that way, we'll have a reason to kill him.
Ord would approve such a gesture.
But
Lionel comes up to Abura. I'll need another arrow now.
you can have your entire quiver back.
Thank you.
You will
Holds out
need
his
it.
hand.
Because if this creature came from the same direction of that waterfall, the Kabir tribe that we seek may be aligned with profane demons, as Brahm has predicted.
Indeed.
Looking around for Obi.
Obi's just looking at the skin on the tree.
Let's go,
Enough.
Obi. I gave you that dagger. Next time you'll have a chance to prove your bravery with it.
What? Oh, he looks down. You'll have to forgive me. I'm quite afraid of spirits, demons.
Well, this was neither. This was a corrupted man, and men can be killed. Do not fear. Do not fear the heretic, as a more faithful man would say.
Rawl slings the hot blood off of his sword, sheathes it. All right, we've stuck around here enough. Let's move on. Obi, lead the way. Oh, right, of course. And he begins the journey again.
You follow?
The mud gives way to just pure swamp, sloshing with every step. In the distance, the waterfall. There it is. Men, we're close.
I grimace. Oh, I'd forgotten. I look around, looking for the striped leaves.
They go all the way up to the waterfall, which is, there is a wall of, a cliff face that the waterfall pours through. And at that cliff face, the striped leaves end.
The mist, cold, cool air of the waterfall washing against my face. Take a deep breath.
I rush over to the cliff face.
Rawl stops. Men, we're going to need a plan of attack. We don't know what's on the other side.
Look over.
He looks to Abura expectantly.
Standing at the cliff face. Well, I suggest, and do pander, please, to my superstitions. I don't want any of my words or your words now to be heard by that secret demon. Leave its territory, and then we can discuss our plan of attack.
Sure. He goes up to the waterfall. Gentle enough he can walk through it. He phases into the mist.
Wise thinking, Abura, once again. I begin walking.
I forget the words that I used when I expounded on that demon in that encounter, but I did not want to speak on too much. Every word we use is a bargaining chip against that thing. No doubt it can hear us within its own territory.
Stepping in through the water, saying that passing through the leaves. Well, with his land territory behind me, you'd almost think he had 100 ears as well as 100 eyes the way you talked.
Behind the mist of the waterfall, a tunnel. Only lit by a small light at the end. Still far away enough that it's just a white light.
Let us run to that waterfall, or let us run to that light. Shouting over the crashing waters is no less secret than whatever is in, No doubt our shouting can be heard within the cave either way.
The rest of the men come through and run on over closer to the end of the tunnel. the light gives way, and beyond the tunnel, a small village. Tribal men walking around covered in white paint, animal skins, skulls, or perhaps human skins. Some with weapons, some not.
Danny low against the mouth of the cave, looking down towards the village. I whisper towards Abura. You're just men, right?
Hopefully. No doubt that these things might have produced that creature that you killed within that within the demon's territory. I'll continue to scan, looking out for symbols, runes of chaos, and other mutated creatures.
At the far end of the village, there is an obelisk with some kind of face carved into it at the top. And it does have some runes on it.
Fallen, spotting the obelisk, squinting, as I look for the similarities in the ruins from this distance to those of the runes on the skin now nailed to the tree behind us.
They bear no similarity to the rune on the skin. They don't speak of Ord, but they are similar runes in style.
Maybe Abura, gentlemen, these may not be the same as the creature human man we killed back there. The symbol on their obelisk looks. They might be amenable, perhaps. Obi,
Sure.
you don't know anything about these people, hmm?
Are they fellow worshippers of order?
The stylings on the runes suggest to me they may be. But then again, Shun and Ord were once close and friends. I sit back at the mouth of the cave there, just in the darkness, arms crossed, pondering.
One of the tribesmen walks out of a small hut. As it walks, large bells jingle. It walks over to the well in the center, begins to draw water.
The Cabbers spoke of other people that came before these tribes, other potentially worshippers of order. This obelisk may just be an artifact from a bygone people dressed up by these newer tribes here. So we have to be very careful.
Perhaps we observe through the day here to see if they're good stewards of such an obelisk.
It's a good plan.
Obi steps forward, watching alongside. They're mostly going about their business. There's not very many of them outside. Some draw water. Some go back into their shacks, their huts. One is outside cleaning the skin of some animal. None of them approach the obelisk at any point.
If we go at night, we could find out for ourselves. Or,
Mhm.
if you gentlemen have been so brave to this point, do not wish to do that, I am willing to approach them on behalf of Ord.
That would be a bold move, says Obi.
They ignore the obelisk. It might be useful for you to get a closer look first and then approach them.
I was thinking.
The inhabitants of the village, they keep looking up at the sun throughout the day. It's about afternoon now. They just go about their work, look up every once in a while, and go back to their work.
Handing, unwrapping some dried fish from my bag, breaking off portions of it, handing it about.
Thank you.
They seem to be rather civilized, despite their non-traditional way of dressing.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at some of the denizens, taking into account the types of skulls and bones they appear to be dressed in.
They are human skulls. Everyone in the village is masked with one. At least the front portion of it.
I don't like how they watch the sun. They're checking the time for something. Perhaps their demonism, if it's present, is nocturnal.
The way they wear those skulls, I believe those are humans, but I have seen similar creatures like those monkeys we saw trees on the way that have had similar shape, but I agree. Suggests they may be going to that obelisk tonight.
With the food that you've shared with us, do you think that we could stake this out for the night, keep an eye on them, and then approach tomorrow?
If they worship in that obelisk tonight, perhaps we draw them out and I retrieve whatever unworthy object is inside.
That's a good point. Their priests, if any, may leave a relic behind in worship of in veneration of their gods. That may be a good idea.
A distraction, a fire, perhaps.
Lionel says, so we wait then.
I think so. Just to gather knowledge and for our approach.
He slides down the cave, the tunnel wall, and sits down. All right. The men wait.
Taking note, Abura. Let's watch that hut where that man, he looked like the priest to me, came out of. And when he does leave, time is right. Find out just what's in his quarters.
All right.
Watching the hut on the edge of the village.
Hours pass before anything happens. It's evening. The sky is now orange and purple from the sunset. Finally, the man with the bells comes out of his hut again, and something else with him. He beats it with his stick as it walks along, pushing it. The villagers are laughing, scorning it as they push it along towards the obelisk.
Seeing the priest and this creature exit, I shake up from my almost stupor, and I'm patting Lionel. Stay sharp. Look.
He keeps beating it with his club, and finally they get to the other side of the small village, and men hold its arms against the obelisk. They begin reciting something, some chant.
All right. If we're going to investigate and raid his hut, we have to go now.
Right.
While the village is distracted.
Setting my pack down. Stay light.
I'll do the same.
Begin making my way down quietly.
Roll dexterity. DC 9.
Failure.
Um,
Along the way, I make the poor decision to unsheath my sword, not realizing how dirty the scabbard is as it grinds out.
The sound the sound familiar to me. I looking back sharply. Eyes narrow towards Abura.
most of the villagers caught up in their chant, not noticing, but one stops and looks, looking around to see if he could spot someone.
Dropping back behind a large tree just nearby.
Noticing that I've been caught, I turn back, or am about to be caught. I turn back and lunge quickly behind the tree and bush line, making a loud rustling.
The other men are following close behind Brahm, other men of the party. This tribal man slowly walking over, looking here and there. The roll dexterity. Okay. He doesn't spot anything. He just keeps looking. The shack is close.
I gesture to the men behind me, putting my hand up. Stay, I whisper. And I begin tracking the hut horizontally, working on breaking line of sight to the worshippers as I start to make my way towards the hut.
The tribesman makes his way back to the ritual, satisfied. The hut has an open doorway made of straw clay.
Walking in light, dim smell of incense and fur, sour, as I begin looking around the room, um, stepping on the the wood planks, sturdy beneath my feet, though.
Inside it's a small one-room shack. Lots of large bells sitting on the ground, hanging from the walls. Bowls of some kind of oil, and idols. They look like cats with the head of a woman. Several of these idols.
I pick one up, examining it.
As well, blood on the ground, all over.
Feeling the slippery, feeling the blood beneath my feet, I reground myself. My eyes widen as I begin picking up one of the idols, staring into it.
It has a very long tail, elongated body, even for a cat.
Feeling along it, sensing the texture.
It's hard and smooth, like jade.
I grab as many as I can into my arm.
There are 3 of them. The squeals, like hog-like squeals, go through the air. The men are beating this creature, against the obelisk with fists, with clubs. The squeals are growing weaker and weaker.
Still lying low within the brushwork on the outskirts of the village, I keep an eye on the hut that Braum and the rest have gone into and the paths leading up to it, keeping an overwatch of it.
The 3 men are still hunkered down in the path, and the hut is still clear.
Sounds of the outside. I wince as I hear the howls of pain from this creature. I walk towards the exit of the hut and peek, looking just outside, looking for anyone.
There's the men are beating this creature. It finally slumps down, no longer responding to the pain of the clubs. About a dozen in total, men and women.
And the sound of a thud, and the last gasp from this creature. Not looking, I begin making my way back towards the tree.
There's just uproarious laughter. The chanting is ended. It's just all laughter now.
Coming back towards the tree line, seeing Abura. I think that's gonna make me sick. But look, I found something from them. Pull out these totem-like creatures.
Good.
But as foul, disgusted as I am, not about to burn a village full of women and children to the ground.
I cannot make heads or tails of it. It's cruel and gross, but perhaps this is some kind of worship to the gods of law. this creature, although living, might be some kind of totem in itself that they beat in representation for their fight against chaos. I don't know.
I sense.
All at once, the laughter stops. Instead, sounds of crackling bone, tearing flesh, and bloodthirsty men
Or,
devouring this creature.
I don't
Never
think that
mind.
is, I don't think those are any allies of Ord. Let's go. I'm taking these. Ord will be pleased with these, and I will commune.
Good.
And I'll find a sign from Ord if these people are redeemable.
If not redeemable through word and preaching, then redeemable through blood.
Yeah. Surely the church back at Yaltu will be pleased with these. So I'm holding these beautiful totems. Craftsmanship.
Your
Secrets of this.
Your three companions sneak back toward you. Obi in the lead. All right, let's get out of here.
Once.
Did you not see any more egregious signs within the hut? No runes? There's no doubt now, but
I saw. Whispering and say, making my way. There was too much blood on the ground. Bells all over the wall. I was just disgusted.
all right, let's get out of here.
The
Don't
men
need to dwell
follow
on it
you.
now.
Yeah, just here, keep going.
No, there's no need to dwell on it now. Let us get out of here.
Let's make it to the hut, or to the mouth of the cave. Looking back down, once more, the dim glow of a fire down below.
All right. I thought it was pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah, I thought that was awesome.
Okay, good.
Dom's gone. He hated it.
Yeah, I was like, I wonder what these guys are thinking.
I shared my thoughts. Like literally immediately.
That was so funny. Like, maybe they're good
Benefit
guys.
of the doubt.
So they
What's going
start
on?
eating him.
I love that so much. That was so good.
I was like, I gotta say it right now. I have to.
Yeah, it's interesting because I was like, man, try it, like, because especially with like trying to think, okay, this Ord is like a keeper of secrets and wants this sort of like what could be seen as profound. Like, the whole time, like, man, I don't know, so funny.
Like, oh, we're being so open-minded. It's we'll see if we can. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I mean, also, I was like thinking too, though, it's like there is a sense of like, yeah, I don't know, it's interesting because to me, I think like I think Brahm immediately was just like, no, it's disgusting, and I want to like kill this down or kill all, all these worshippers right now, but so I don't know, I don't feel like I was like, oh, tried to be too open here, but it was also like I just want their totems here. I want to get approval.
We'll go back. You'll petition for the crusade, and then
You're like, oh.
I don't know if I can quite
like
start a holy war. I don't have that permission yet, but I want to.
It's like like a Mormon knocks on the door and there's a pagan ritual inside the house. He's like, is it a bad time?
Yeah, you're like, oh,
I'll come back tomorrow.
I'll just maybe take one of your little things here and head out and see what everyone else thinks.
Yeah.
I liked I really liked the way Dom too. I really liked the way your character also like pushed against like Brahm, like with his own vision of it, like, no, dude, you're helping this like chaos creature sort of shaking his own kind of faith too.
Well, no, the thing that I was trying to get across there was that like this might be a creature of your god. Like it's just not a great, thing of your god, At least like as far as Abura's perspective on it, it's just like, well,
yeah, that's kind of what I took from like the way you were portraying it, but I was trying to like from Brahm, I was like, well, he like he can't. Yeah, he was like also like it could. He's still kind of shaking on it too, because even the offer of the ruin, he was like really, like nervous about that too, which is like, I don't know, it was fun. I really like the way you played that. That creature was awesome too, by the way,
awesome.
David.
Capri.
That was really cool.
Yeah, I love fun with that.
I could like feel it when you like described him standing up and him being like super tall. It's like that is awesome.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with that interaction.
Copper is probably the coolest part, I think. Yeah, I loved how you guys role played your characters with that, like, like suspecting the Capre of watching and hearing everything, and finding the rune on that creature's
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah,
back.
we were talking about like Abura and like if he has a god, and we kind of like, not really. But when you're talking about the monkeys from the first session, I think I landed on it. I like the idea that he's just not religious, but he's extremely superstitious. So that's why he was like, don't talk. Well, don't bring up other things that aren't observable, in the moment.
Sure. I thought it was really cool because I feel like Brahm keeps keeps seeing all this advice and like the wisdom on this guy is like, nothing like he's seen. So it's like, because it's just encountering someone who like interprets the world through a completely, more animistic or a completely different style. So he's just like, holy crap, this guy is like so profound.
It's a very fun interaction. I think it's very, very cool. And Brahm is just so amicable and willing to sacrifice. I don't have to like sell Obi. Like,
yeah, right.
I was very much planning like I don't have cigars, but I got this guy.
I know, that's what I was thinking. I was like, man, I'm a man of faith here. I can't be dealing cigars out.
I
was like funny because I was like,
dude.
I was expecting to get devoured by that guy too. I was like, all right, I'm probably gonna give him the rune and probably just get like, I just imagined this really tall Yeti like wooden jungle creature just like picking my guy up and just consuming him.
Just little Chewbacca, yeet him.
And I think that was the perfect, a bit shorter of a game, but it ended, I think we had a lot of highlights there, and it's a very convenient like, okay, now we're gonna be back in town. Now we can get the rest of the party.
Right.
We can figure shit out.
No, 100%. That's why I was also thinking like, yeah, I'm glad it went where it went to because, yeah, I was thinking like, man, integrating like the last couple of games, I was like, we had to start where we were. It can totally doable and everything, but it's a lot more believable when you can kind of like, go back to the drawing board there, be back in town, but.
Yeah, less like, okay, there's another guy in the woods.
Yeah.
Oh, Obi, hey.
The last game we were talking, it was like going to be like Lost, or like I brought that up, and like David was saying, just like, yeah, some new guy just keeps coming out of the woods, just like.
How creepy is that? Like you just look and you see a silhouette of a man, like 30 yards out.
That creature was really cool. The screaming creature, by the way, though, was like, that was awesome. You did a really good job introducing all those. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, had a great time.
I don't know what else to say about it. Mechanics or roleplay wise, like I don't really want to critique anything.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm constantly working on stuff. I think I learned a lot about. I really like the way that like Dom's really good about moving, like using his roleplay to move forward. Both you guys are, but sometimes I'm trying to like not anchor to slow it down, but sometimes I'm trying to still figure out how to anchor and then also still move forward in the world too. Yeah.
Yeah, there were a couple moments where I was like, this might be talky talk. What do I do? Like, we gotta get moving. We just keep waxing with that philosophy.
For sure. Yep.
Oh yeah.
But we got to get it out of our system because when we have double the players, it's going to be a lot more obnoxious.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fine. Or you can always walk and talk, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way I see it. I was
I
also
think-
like, no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I was gonna talk about something else.
I was just gonna say too. The other thing was like, I did appreciate the like willingness too to like figure out how to time skip through while we're like watching.
Oh, yeah.
During the day too. That was cool. But also like Tar, because again, yeah, I don't want to be like, oh, I'm not doing anything, but I'm also trying to hit that balancing point of like, okay, well, what's like a reasonable decision as like a character in a world that's supposed to be believable to do, you know?
I
Yeah,
don't know if I have the most vivid descriptions or the best words or anything. I don't know if I ever will, but I think it works.
no, you use the pictures right. You described what you needed to, and you had a picture for everything else. And if there was action in the picture, like the bells moving, you added that. You know, everything else we could see, or clarifying that the skulls were human, because that might be like something that we would further investigate. It's like, oh no, they're clearly human. Like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was like the point where I was like, oh yeah, this is like, it could be a distant cousin of Ords or something. But as soon as I saw that, I was like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, look at these hands hanging down. You're like, oh,
yeah,
maybe not.
the jawbone just hanging and being like, oh, it's just like a, you know, they're just different,
like,
you know.
I'm all for killing, but if I don't have to risk my life, you know.
You're like,
it would have been funny. I probably would have died if I got hit again. By the way, too, there. I think I have 11 health or something. So.
I do like that about ShadowDark. You're like, I'm not gonna risk anything again after that first one.
Have you guys had much have you guys had like 40 games where like, because some systems I feel like could do that, could drag on, and like that'd be weird. I feel like that'd get awkward really quick, you know. Like, especially like games that have like armor absorption and stuff. I don't know.
That I think David has the best experience with that, with actually having streamed Mithras. I'm a fake fan, and I haven't watched anything beyond the retrospective that you and Austin did.
That's okay. Our fights are usually pretty quick in Mithras as well.
I've watched some of the Mithras stuff, and I thought it was cool because you had the like you get to kind of target stuff too, though, so it kind of adds to the just to the way the combat's kind of described and everything, you know, which is kind of cool.
It's fun. The special effects can really. Sometimes you can end the combat just right away with a special effect, you know.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, Mithras has a lot of cool answers. I am dreading it for RuneQuest though, because there is the possibility of the back forth.
There is. I like in the last episode, I was fighting a centaur, and it was going back and forth, and I was running out of ideas of how to describe. I killed it because Lucius is a freaking beast. He's probably got the same like hit points as a centaur, and I killed it. And there's another one. I'm like, okay, I killed this one too. And admittedly, that one kind of felt like back and forth. I think I need more practice, but generally they're fast. And because of how I play Lucius, most of my combats end up being like me trying to tackle my way through a bunch of guys and run away.
Yeah.
So that helps too.
But how many ways can I describe fighting a horse, pretty much?
I know. I was like, I thrust, I cut. And it felt goofy too, because like I rolled head for the hit location. So I was like, I jump up there and it could be cool one time, but like if I describe that 2 or 3 times in a row, I'm like jumping up there.
Yeah, that's definitely like the point where
practice.
Yeah, practicing and kind of going to the drawing board for like, what is wrong here? Like, there's something wrong with what I'm doing. Let's figure this out.
You could like say I jump off a rock and then go up there.
Mhm. I just mean like
Uh,
with the system. Like, if the system is having that be so consistent, and it's not like just like a one-off thing, then like let's figure that out because
it doesn't usually happen, but I was choosing the special effect,
Mhm.
choose location head.
Okay,
So that was me.
I just meant like more so like the back forth situation. Like I
Yeah.
know the most blatant thing that I experienced with RuneQuest is that if a ghost tries to like get in you, or like a spirit tries to mess with you and like possess your body, which is more
Mhm.
common than it sounds, you have to engage in spirit combat, which is just a
Mhm.
contested roll that can result in a tie. That unless you're a shaman, you
Mhm.
can't break spirit combat. So you're just stuck there rolling
Oh,
contested rolls ad nauseum until somebody eventually loses. So it's like, what are we doing here, guys?
yeah. And I don't even know, at least rules is written, if your companions can shake you out of it. I don't think they can. You're stuck,
Yeah, in
like
RPG,
in the spirit realm,
in RPG,
spirit
you're
world.
you're not going anywhere. Like unless you have a shaman that can break you out or like tag
Yeah.
team the spirit with you, you're not going anywhere. It's
Hmm,
it's a
that's
tragedy.
cool.
I think it's like that in Mithras too.
Cool.
You're like, oh, I'm in the spirit world now. It does sound cool. Like you just like fall against a tree and your eyes go white and your
Yeah,
companions are like, what's going on?
yeah, and that's the crazy part. Like if you have a shaman in the party, because they're doing that to an enemy. So like they have this
Mm.
giant ogre that's like the size of a house. It's like, all right, I'm going in.
Just it's like
That's cool, dude.
it's like when Patrick opens SpongeBob's mouth and climbs in or something. I'm going in.
Yeah, yeah. And
This is goofy.
if I were to do that scene in 4D, because last thing I did something like that was like I had a con, so it was relatively rules as written. If we did that in 4D, it's like, yeah, he's possessed. So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna walk up to him and stab his body. All right.
Yeah, can't do anything.
Yep.
Everyone's in the afterlife. You just start playing afterlife, like
Yeah,
spaceship.
yeah, yeah. Transit.
Just 4D
Game in a
into
game.
another system.
Yeah.
That's funny. I like that.
Yeah.
I think there was when we were fighting this thing.
Hmm.
I think we skipped a couple of the NPCs' turns, but that's okay because one, I decided, they were standing
Yeah.
back and waiting for the thing to get closer, like holding their ground. And two, I don't care about NPCs anyway. I want them to get out of the way.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So
No, yeah, I
Alright.
really liked how the initiative, quote unquote initiative, worked there. I think it felt very natural.
mm,
Yeah, I wasn't sure if if you were supposed to if you were like directing it for just doing like counterclockwise. It just felt kind of natural in the scene though to
Hmm.
be like, oh, this guy's
okay.
stomach just got hit, so I'm gonna be doing what would I feel like would happen there. But
Yeah,
Okay.
like from my perspective, it's kind of like with a high trust table. It's like you have, and you're not inexperienced with games, right? You kind of can tell or track whether or not everybody has acted. So at that point, it's like, okay, now my turn is ready, so I can interject or I can take the next turn, as the game continues.
That's what I
Um,
was thinking as well.
mhm.
I didn't have a strict turn order in
Yeah,
mind. It's just once everybody's gone, okay, go again.
yeah,
yeah, that's
like,
kind of how I felt it all happen. And then in my head, like had like a good imagery of like the steel, like the arrow flying, my character like kind of fumbling, and then
mhm.
like getting my shoulder ripped out, and then at that time him getting attacked by Dawn or Abura, and then like that once he got hit in the stomach by whoever
Velocity.
else were, that's when I was like, okay, it seemed natural that like, oh yeah, I'm free, and I see all
Mm,
the steel flying near me, my sword's
Mhm.
glowing on the ground and going back up for another slash at him, but
Mhm.
mm.
yeah.
I did not mind at all. It was very cool. Very cool. I don't know what else to say, gents.
Yeah.
It's a good time. Oh, I
Yeah,
guess
report.
it was short. I think I do kind of run shorter games sometimes. I like it.
Dude, as a busy man myself, though, I love it. So I was talking about how even the last game, it was like a 45-minute game, but man, so much happened in it. It's so cool.
There's sometimes I drink a little too much water, and I'm like, I start feeling it. I'm like, this is gonna be a short game. I need this one to be a little shorter.
Yeah, I feel that. I'm just getting off
Yeah.
like a cold too, and sometimes I was like starting to talk, and I could feel myself wanting to like cough, and it's so hard to hold back. It's so annoying.
Oh yeah. It can be tough. And
Yeah, good stuff,
Did-
guys. That was really fun.
did we communicate well at the end? Because I think I heard you correctly. Like I asked if we wanted to end or not, and then you said like one more line, and I think you were fine with that, right?
Yeah.
You just want to say one more line. Okay.
Part of me was dreading the we're gonna have to walk back to town. We're gonna see what. So I'm like, okay, good. I'm glad that Gator called it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys are a distance away from the town, but I'm not gonna put as that many encounters.
We've already
I'd be like, oh look, nothing happened for some reason. I'll put a little bit, just a bit.
town has already been discovered on the map, so we can just fast travel. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt too. And it was like, I was thinking, like, man, the way back, it's like, I don't know if you ever gone on a big hike and you're like, man, this isn't a loop. I have to go down, I have to do the same way
Yeah.
back. But I was like, crap, we got the dinosaur type creature, the raptor play. We got like this weird jungle demon. I was like, yeah, I liked where just to ending it there. And then it's kind of neat thing about 4D too, though, is like, I don't know. I feel like it's like if you wanted to role play that too, that's people can do that.
Yeah,
but I like the idea
absolutely.
of like, hey, that's where this you could even be like Braum died on the way back of dysentery. I felt like I had a really good time.
I think that's like a worthy session 0 thing. Like, are we slugging through every single part of the adventure, or is getting the relics and getting out safely the end of that adventure? So, like you said, dysentery. We can fast travel the rest of it. Fast travel dysentery.
But yeah, that's good. That's definitely a good point. That's a good like session 0 discussion too. But yeah.
So I was definitely gonna make the way back faster,
Yeah.
but would you guys rather just start in the town again, and I could
Oh, I
maybe
see.
roll for some things that happen in between?
It's up to you. I just figured that if we have the full party next time around, then it would be. I was expecting it to be time skipped with us being back at the town with everybody and introducing the new characters.
I'm okay too. Yeah, if you want to like roll, or if you want to roll or come, decide anything that anything that happened there, or kind of do something with that. I'm fine with that. But I like the idea of actually just being back in town next time to be able to kind of have an adventure that started with everyone else again if we all play together.
That might be the play. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we can do that.
Yeah, that's just how I feel about it. But.
Yeah, it's a little described, or like there's a bit of intent behind it, which is sometimes a no-no. But that's what we did for all of Common Enemy, and we really enjoyed doing that. Like we would very like preset the game before actually playing. So having it be a little artificial doesn't hurt anything, as long as when we start playing, it's back to normal.
I think that's fine. Yeah.
Yep.
Um.
I'm looking forward to potentially magic users, because I didn't get to see the magic users last time.
Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah.
Oh, dude, they were cool. Breaking each other's necks,
Yeah.
getting carried off by pirates,
Awesome.
getting chased by lizard men. Meanwhile, he His peg leg is stuck in between the roots. He's like, no.
So I that was like not my best role playing either too. But so I failed as a bodyguard, both role playing it, but also in the world too. And yeah, it's so funny. But poor guy had a peg leg, and I'm like, man, we're on the beach now. Yeah, got my neck
That's so
snapped
funny.
by Artaj's character's like magic missile at the end.
That one was really cool. I enjoyed that one. Because Artaj went freaking loony
Yeah,
just on everybody. I loved it.
yeah, yeah. When his character did do that thing where he was just like, they're over there, I was like, oh, this is awesome. Yeah,
Alrighty.
cool.
All right, fellas. Good chat.
Good.
Stuff. See you guys.
To
Catch you guys soon.
anyone who watched, thank you for watching. And of course, thank you guys for playing.
So, thank you for running.
Yep. Thank you.
All right, we'll see y'all next time.
Yep.